Welcome. I am glad you are here with me today. And I want to give a special welcome to newcomers. If this is your first time here on this channel, I'm Daryl. I'm a realtor here in the great state of Colorado. And it's my goal to be a resource for all things Colorado, whether or not you're coming here on a vacation or you're thinking about relocating to this great state, or if you already live in Colorado and are just looking for things to do. I have a pretty extensive knowledge of the state of Colorado in all areas, not isolated to just a single area here in the state, as I have family roots that go back over 150 years, and I am super passionate about the state of Colorado. So keep coming back. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you can stay in the loop about all things having to do with the amazing state of Colorado. Now, in my last video, we talked about the 10 most expensive cities in the state of Colorado. Today, we're gonna go onto the other end of the spectrum and we're gonna talk about the 12 cheapest places to live in Colorado. Now, I say cheap, I mean affordable. I'm going to interchange those terms, but we're looking at places in Colorado that are pretty inexpensive to live. Now, that being said, they're not all necessarily desirable, and we will discuss that in this video. But without further ado, let's take a look at the top 12 least expensive cities in the state of Colorado. All right, number 12 is Greeley, Colorado. Greeley is a rural town with a population of just over 100,000. And while Greeley is not one of the most popular cities in the state of Colorado, it actually has quite a bit to offer. In fact, it's been ranked as one of the best affordable cities to live in the United States. Greeley is home to Northern Colorado University, which contributes to its great public school systems, and it's got a charming downtown with quite a bit to do actually for a small rural town. Greeley is about an hour from Denver and Boulder and 45 minutes from Fort Collins, so you can get that rural feel, having some space from your neighbors, but still pretty close to cities like Fort Collins and Denver, so you can go take a day trip, have some fun. The median home price in Greeley is $447,000. Number 11 is Grand Junction. Now, when I was young, every Thanksgiving, we would go out to the Western Slope where my family is from, and we'd pass through Grand Junction, and to be frank with you, I wasn't impressed. Fast forward to just a couple months ago, we went to a concert out there, and I was blown away at how nice and clean the downtown is, how many good restaurants there are, how many things there are to do. We stayed in an Airbnb that was in a beautiful neighborhood. Grand Junction also has an airport that services the majority of the U.S., and it's really a great place if you're the outdoorsy type, and a lot of us that live in Denver always reference the fact that we're so close to the great outdoors. But Grand Junction really is under 2.5 hours from Moab, from Telluride, from Ouray, from Aspen. So really the western side of the mountain is the Colorado that we really think of when we have this idea of beautiful mountains in our mind. So I personally think Grand Junction is a fantastic place to live, and with rising home prices in Denver, I would expect Grand Junction to become more expensive in the next few years. The median home price in Grand Junction is $384,000. Number 10 is Fort Lupton, Colorado. Fort Lupton is a small rural town in the eastern plains of Colorado, located just a half an hour from Denver. So if you want to work downtown, you've got a half an hour commute, which is pretty reasonable. Also, it's ranked as the third safest city in the entire state of Colorado. So while Fort Lupton is a bit sleepy and very, very rural, quiet town, it doesn't have a lot to do down there. Although the downtown is kind of charming, there's just not a lot going on. So if you can handle a little bit of boredom, Fort Lupton is reasonably priced, The median home price in Fort Lupton, Colorado is $382,000. Number 9, we have Canyon City. Canyon City is a small rural town about an hour south of Colorado Springs. It is home to the highest suspension bridge in the entire U.S., the Royal Gorge Suspension Bridge, which draws in a lot of tourists, making tourism the brunt of employment opportunities in Canyon City, which is relatively low, and your nearest big city would be Colorado Springs, which is at least an hour commute. So this is a downside to Canyon City. There's not a lot of employment opportunities outside of tourism and hospitality, which aren't necessarily high-paying jobs. In addition, Canyon City is on the list of Colorado's top 10 most dangerous cities to live in, so the crime rate is quite high. On the bright side, Canyon City does have plentiful outdoor activities, as do most cities in the state of Colorado. The median home price in Canyon City is $339,000. Number 8 is Cortez, Colorado, a small rural town with a population of under 10,000. Cortez is located in the southwest corner of the state of Colorado, not too far from the Four Corners National Monument. Cortez has a lot of outdoor activities, but doesn't have that much in terms of restaurants, bars, and happening nightlife. Little bit of a sleepy town, but one of the benefits about Cortez is that it's under an hour from Durango, which is actually one of the most expensive cities in Colorado. Now, in my last video, we talked about the top 10 most expensive cities in Colorado, and Durango did not make the list, but it was very, very close. So just keep that in mind. Living in Cortez, you get access to one of the most beautiful areas in all of Colorado. And as a plus, Cortez is a relatively safe city to live in. The median home price in Cortez, Colorado is $313,000. And number 7 is Pueblo, Colorado. Pueblo is the largest city on our list with a population of 110,000, known as Colorado's Steel City, as steel is the primary industry in Pueblo and is the majority of employment opportunities. Now, Pueblo has a bad rap statewide. It has poor education, it doesn't have that many outdoor activities, it's not particularly attractive, and it makes Colorado's list of the top 10 most dangerous cities in Colorado. So aside from affordability, Pueblo unfortunately is not a desirable area. The median home price in Pueblo, Colorado is $312,000. Number 6, we have Fort Morgan, Colorado. Fort Morgan is a small agricultural town in the eastern plains of Colorado. And while the downtown is charming and there's not a ton to do there, apparently they have quite the lively music scene there. So you can go downtown and catch some live blues or jazz and have a little bit of fun. Now, Fort Morgan is about an hour and 15 minutes from Denver, and it's not really close to anything. But my guess is if you live in Fort Morgan, you don't really want to live close to anything. And unlike some of these other affordable cities on this list, Fort Morgan is a very safe place to live. The median home price in Fort Morgan, Colorado is $302,000. Number 5 is Sterling, Colorado. Sterling is a no-frills kind of place, and by now, you're probably recognizing a trend in affordable housing in Colorado. You're gonna either live down south, where crime rates are significantly higher, or you're gonna live out on the eastern plains, where the crime rates are very, very low, but there's not much to do. Sterling is no exception to this. This is a sparsely populated farming town where going to Walmart is probably gonna be the highlight of your week, and it's probably where you're gonna do the majority of your socializing. Sterling is a safe place to live and has above average public schools. The median home price in Sterling, Colorado is $226,000. Number 4 is Fruita, Colorado. And in fact, I almost lumped Fruita in with Grand Junction as it's just right next door and is pretty much a subdivision of Grand Junction, but the population is way, way lower. Fruita is well known throughout the US as a mountain biking mecca, as it has some of the best mountain biking trails in the entire nation. So if you're into mountain biking, Fruita may be a great place for you to live. Also, all the good things about Grand Junction apply to Fruita. It is a really great place if you love the outdoors. It's close to Moab, Telluride, Aspen, the Colorado National Monument, Black Canyon. There is all kinds of outdoor activities to do in the Grand Junction and Fruita area. And as home prices increase in the Denver area, I predict that more people will move out to the western slope of Colorado, the Grand Junction, Parachute, Palisade, and Fruita areas, as those areas are still very, very affordable and there's tons to do out there. The median home price in Fruita is $223,000. All right, so now we're gonna get into the top 3 cheapest cities in the state of Colorado. But before we do, I would be honored if you gave this video a thumbs up, if you subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I come out with new content. All right, let's check out those top 3. All right, third on our list is Trinidad, Colorado. Trinidad is a rural town located in southern Colorado, not far from the New Mexico border. It has a population of just over 8,000. Trinidad is becoming popular with Denver natives who are looking for a more affordable cost of living and still has a sort of bohemian feel. You know, kind of think of Tucson, Arizona, or Taos, New Mexico, or something like that, where it's you know, very, very artsy, very hippie-ish, you know, that sort of thing. Trinidad has a charming downtown and is close to a lot of hiking and biking trails, and is often referred to as Weed City, USA, for its many dispensaries per capita. Trinidad does unfortunately make Colorado's list of the top 10 most dangerous cities in Colorado, as it does have quite a high crime rate. The median home price in Trinidad, Colorado is $240,000. All right, and number 2 on our list is Lamar, Colorado. Lamar, Colorado is located in southeastern Colorado, about 3.5 hours from Denver. This place is about an hour from the Kansas border and is truly in the middle of nowhere, with a population of under 8,000. It's no surprise there isn't a ton to do here, but because it's built on the banks of the Arkansas River, it is quite green and lush. Lamar also has great medical facilities, great public schools, which is fairly rare for a small town, and it does not make Colorado's list of the top 10 most dangerous cities, so it's a pretty safe place to live. The median home price in Lamar, Colorado is just $141,000. And here we are at our number 1 spot, the cheapest city in Colorado to live in, and I will say cheap in this case, is La Junta, Colorado. La Junta, Colorado is a small rural town in southeastern Colorado with a population of under 7,000. This city is about 3.5 hours from Denver and about an hour from the Kansas border. Now, aside from the fact that this has very affordable housing, there is not a lot of reasons to move to La Junta, Colorado. It has a high unemployment rate, poorly funded public schools, so education there is not good. Also is on the list of Colorado's top 10 most dangerous cities to live in, and there is almost nothing to do there. So with all those other factors combined, along with the fact that there's nothing other to do there aside from drinking and drugging, La Junta, while maybe the most affordable city in Colorado, is arguably the least desirable as well. The median home price in La Junta, Colorado is just $129,000. All right, so that wraps it up with the top 12 cheapest cities to live in Colorado. And of course, with affordable cities, some are more desirable than others. Some are safer than others. So it's always going to be a trade-off. A lot of affordable cities have, unfortunately, a high crime rate, but frankly, so does Denver. If you want to live in a more rural area, you're going to have a lot less to do. So if you live in a big city right now or a very populated area and you're looking for a more peaceful way of life, you're looking for a more affordable cost of living, and you don't need to necessarily move to one of these cheapest cities in the state of Colorado, but there are a lot of affordable options in the state of Colorado still, and I can help you find one. So please, if you're looking to move to Colorado, if you already live in Colorado and are looking for a more affordable cost of living, I can help you out with your real estate goals, whether you want to buy, sell, or relocate to the state of Colorado. I can also help you anywhere in the nation and anywhere in the world. My contact information will be at the end of this video, so feel free to call, feel free to text, feel free to email. I will respond. And make sure to stay tuned because I will be doing a video on most bang for your buck cities in Colorado. So what this means is that these are very affordable cities, yet they're still very desirable and offer a high quality of life. Instead of just being outright cheap, these are actually places that you would probably want to live and still won't break the bank. So be sure to stay tuned, come back for that video, and hit that notification bell so that you're alerted every time I come out with new content. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Daryl Von Realtor, and I'll see you in the next video.